Hi, folks, and welcome to another Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Benjamin.
I'm Matt.
Hi there. I'm so happy to see you again. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, man, I'm happy to be here.
Pleasure to have you here, my friend.
Thanks for having
Today,
me.
we're going to talk about the top 5 movies that we're most excited to see
Yeah.
in the year 2021.
Yay.
The year after the year of hell, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, we were going to party like it's 1999, and we're going to cry like it's 2020. But now it's 2021.
Yeah.
And by the way, usually we do this at the very first of the year, but then no one cares about the movies right now, so these movies may not even come out.
They
so
may be
why
right.
rush?
You're right. It's been a rough year
rush?
for Hollywood and everyone else,
Oh, yeah.
and they canceled a lot of stuff and pushed a lot of stuff back, and then
so-
we didn't get to watch a lot of movies at all that were already done and finished.
So we need to say that, and by the way, a lot of mine, not a lot of mine, but let me think. My honorable mention is from last year. That's a good action. Three of these movies, no,
Were slated for last year.
2 of them were slated for last year, and my honorable mention was slated for last year.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I mean, and we don't even know if they're going to come out this year, but this is
Right.
from what we know.
This is what is
From what we're
current
estimating.
release dates.
Yeah,
in
current release
January
dates,
of
what we're going by.
2021.
Yes.
This is what we're going by, and
Yes.
it's the best you can hope for right
Yeah.
now. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my list is gigantic, honestly, and
That's
maybe
awesome.
that's because it's got 2 years worth of build
Okay.
up.
That's probably
in it,
right.
But
Yeah.
I don't have a top 5. I have
Okay.
like a top 15 almost.
Holy
And
cow.
I have a ton of movies. I'm just excited to go back to the movie theater again. To be
Okay,
honest,
so
with you.
we're going to have.
I want to have some popcorn
We're
wafting through my
probably
nostrils.
going to have 100% then.
Yeah, we might. I
don't think
you're
there's
right.
one.
So out of our 5, normally we
I'm going to
guess
say
our crossover.
I'm going
and-
to say that out of your 15,
you
you've gotten
gonna go?
all of mine but one.
Really? So you're going
But
4.
that one is cheating a little bit. So I will say 100% minus
You're
1.
going 5. I'm going with 5 minus 1.
Well, because one's kind of not fair.
Okay. So 100% minus the unfair one.
Minus the unfair one.
Okay, so I'll go with 4.
So you want to start with 15 and you just keep going? I'll tell you when you cite mine. I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, okay, fine.
All right. Are these in any order?
They kind of are.
Go ahead, and
Okay.
I'll put mine order when you go. So what's 15?
The Eternals. Marvel.
No.
Continuation of the
Never.
Marvel Phase 4, I
I know.
believe it is. Okay.
I know.
You're like, I know, and we're done. We're moving on.
Well, no.
Oh. I'm excited about the Marvel story to keep going. Why are you so dismissive of it?
It took me 3 days to finish Endgame.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
haven't-
long movie, but that
Has there
doesn't-
been another Marvel movie since? Oh no, Spider-Man. Not as good.
It
The
was
second
good.
Spider-Man movie wasn't as good.
No, it's not as good. Like, there's endless reboots of that movie.
Yeah.
I get lost with who's who, and it doesn't matter
didn't,
anymore.
Didn't enjoy that one as much. First one's way better.
I mean, you have a point. But, I mean, it's still a big Marvel movie, is my point.
Shockingly
and it's
enough-
a new storyline, I believe, or semi-new. It's not going to be brand new. And they've got the stuff with Black Widow and everybody else coming out this year. Tons of Marvel stuff coming out that they're playing on that. But you're done with it.
Shockingly, Megan wants to watch WandaVision. I'm like, are you serious? I'll watch it with her, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't even want to watch that.
Okay. That's
But
my
anyway,
number 15.
that's
So
fine.
moving
That's
on.
fair.
The Conjuring
15.
Part 3, number 14.
Oh, I didn't know that was coming out.
That's one of the movies that scared the living trash out of me, and I believe it scared the living trash out of you, right?
That would be my new. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Now we have even more crossover.
That would be a number. That would be a number 4 for me.
Really? He's gonna
That would be a
supplant
number
jumping
4.
into the list. Okay.
I totally
we're
didn't
talking
know that
about
was coming out.
crossover, and we're talking about conjuring demons from the other side, and we got
That is-
real crossover happening right there.
Yeah. No,
Dun,
I
dun,
love.
dun.
I love Conjuring. I love Conjuring 2.
It's terrifying stuff, man.
And but all the spin-offs I hate. Absolutely hate.
Well, I mean,
Megan loves the Annabelle spin-offs. She loves them. She hates the Conjuring.
I
In
don't
fact,
know-
she's never seen the Conjuring movies. She just likes the creepy doll
Shut up.
ones. That's all we watch. The creepy doll ones are dumb. La Loria that
She's
just came
never
out
seen
from the
the-
Conjuring universe is dumb. And The Nun, totally 100% predictable.
Wow.
But Conjuring 1 and 2, solid films. I will be there
all
for
right.
Conjuring
So
3.
that's number 14. Number 13 I have on here, Reminiscence, but I don't remember why I wrote it down. I don't know. I was looking it up today.
I've never heard of that.
And I will have to.
That's number 13.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
That's all right. Okay.
Okay. Reminiscence
14 to 12.
2021 film. I want to do
What's
this
it
one a
about?
little bit of
Oh, go ahead.
justice. It's Hugh Jackman. Upcoming science fiction drama thriller film written by Lisa Joy and a future directorial debut. The film stars Hugh Jackman, Rebecca Ferguson, blah, 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 and is scheduled to be released by Warner Brothers. Why did this interest me? There was something about it. I don't really necessarily care about Hugh Jackman, but I think it's because it was a sci-fi thriller, and I haven't really seen a good sci-fi movie lately, it feels like. I don't remember the last time I saw a sci-fi movie I liked and really enjoyed, which brings me to number 12, which is Dune.
Didn't even make my list. I will watch it when it comes out because I love Dune.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I am not excited about this film.
I'm not either.
I don't think it's going to be bad.
But you know what?
Not excited.
I am not excited, and I had a hard time getting through it again fairly recently. Couldn't do it.
The book?
No, the movie.
Which one?
It drags. Dune.
The David Finch one or the
I guess so.
sci-fi original
matter?
TV show? Okay, yeah. No, visually the David Finch one is beautiful, but story-wise it's just
fine.
slow.
But like,
Yes,
I'm like, what's
I agree.
happening? Like,
I agree.
It reminded me a lot of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which is like they spend a full 7 minutes on an exterior shot of the Enterprise.
Did it feel like a made-for-TV movie, or was it from the 80s?
It's from the 80s.
Okay, that's the Finch one.
Yeah.
Yes, visually I loved it. It's story-wise, it's just so plodding.
Yeah. So
okay, so
but I was excited because of a new sci-fi movie.
I will watch that one, but I just don't have the. I will watch it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't get excited about it.
Yeah, I'm with
And
you.
I love Dune. I have all the Dune books. Just reread them all.
I would have sworn that Dune would have been on this list of yours, but apparently I'm
a lot
wrong.
of people probably would have thought that, but no.
Okay.
That's number 12.
Yes.
This is great. What's the number 11?
Number 11 is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, with Nicolas Cage starring as Nicolas Cage in a life about Nicolas Cage.
Huh.
What do you think about that plot I just pitched to you, Mr. Movie Producer?
I didn't know he was that desperate for money, but maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe. I don't know how I feel about that. I like Nicolas Cage. His movies are popcorn movies. They're fun.
That's exactly where I was about to go. So if it's the middle of July, it's the dog days of summer, your air conditioner goes out because there was a hurricane in Louisiana. You've got nowhere else to go. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Go to the movie theater and you watch a movie and get popcorn and watch a movie about Nick Cage playing Nick Cage.
Yeah.
How is that not a good time?
There's so many of his popcorn. I mean,
if they do it that way, I will love it. I will love it. I'll throw popcorn at the screen. I will boo and hiss, and it'll be great.
Have we done top 5 Nicolas Cage movies?
No, we haven't.
We should do that.
I want to do that
next. I can totally do that. I'm thinking.
I can do that right now.
I already have my. I already have 4. I almost have it. Okay, next time. Okay, go. Holy cow.
Okay. This one was interesting because
This is number 10 now?
This is number 10.
Oh, we're in the top 10.
Yeah, top 10. Quiet Place Part 2.
That
really
is now my honorable mention because it was number 5.
It got bumped down. It got pushed. Okay,
it got pushed.
So that horror movie got pushed down.
That movie.
So tell me about Quiet Place Part 1 for you.
Loved Quiet Place. I loved it. It was so good
I can't wait to tell you my favorite memory of it.
It has an interesting premise. And the world that we're living in, you can't make a noise. They're walking on sand.
Yeah.
That's great. So it doesn't make much noise. They got.
And this is in the introduction, like the very big establishing shot.
There's so many good things, and it's not about seeing the alien doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
we don't see the alien that much.
It's the same alien from Stranger Things,
and you can tell this is made off the cheap because they really show it.
Sure.
And I don't care about that because
it doesn't matter.
Threat.
Yeah,
you gotta be quiet.
Like Jaws.
Yeah. And just, how did this world get there? I don't know. We just see newspaper clippings. That's
Who cares?
all we know. Now, Quiet Place 2, I guess, was supposed to talk about the beginning and about the future.
I don't care.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Because I'm interested in this world and I want to see more about it. Now, one movie I liked that everyone else hated was Birdcage.
Oh, we love Birdcage. We talked about that.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it. A lot of people hated it. It's not Quiet Place. Quiet Place is a better movie, but Birdcage was interesting.
Yeah.
And I've watched it twice now, and I will watch it again because I thought it was an interesting movie. Is it? People go, well, that's not Quiet Place. No, Quiet Place is better, but Birdcage is enjoyable. But again, I love that premise. I love the idea. I love the world, the setup they were doing.
Yep.
They don't over-explain it. It's a
You don't
perfect
have
movie.
to. No, you don't want to. And honestly, that's what killed me Star Wars for me, like in Episode 1. I don't need to know what a midichlorian is.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be explained. Just tell me what the Force, like, it's fine. Just leave it. It's great. And that I agree with you totally on that. And sci-fi doesn't need to be explained necessarily. No. It has to be believable, which is why sci-fi is hard to write, because it still has to kind of quote-unquote make sense, but it can't be absurd. You don't have to explain everything. You don't need to. That's what you can.
There was a lot
for.
in that movie that just pulled me in.
Yeah.
And it was, even though it was quiet. My wife even told me that usually she didn't like films that are quiet, and because there was no talking in the first
Dude,
20 minutes or something?
It was lengthy.
Seriously? 30 minutes?
Look, here's the thing that I love the most about it. I was in New Orleans when this movie came out, and I went to one of those like posh movie theaters where you have like the leather reclining seats, and they can bring you food,
nice.
and you push a button. They had buttons on the seats,
nice.
you know, where you push the button and the waiter comes to your seat,
nice.
and then you and your date, because they had like 2 seats together, like each, and that's it. And so you'd bring you food. It was crazy expensive, and then they bring you drinks. You could have a beer or whatever you wanted in there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so the lady just to my right in Quiet Place ordered a plate full, like I'm talking maybe a $20 plate full of nachos with cheese and like jalapenos, and it was just a delicatessen of
I do
glory.
declare.
Oh, she was so terrified to even bite into her nachos because it's so quiet in the movie theater.
That's great.
And like she took one bite of her like
Never
very
could turn
expensive nachos, and like ricocheted, echoed through the entire theater.
That's great.
And then at the end of the movie, the entire plate of nachos was left there, just untouched, because she was too terrified to eat them.
Yeah, because you make noise.
You couldn't
and they'll
just
come
make
get
a
you. They'll
noise.
come kill you.
It was
It's great.
hilarious.
It's a great movie.
So anyway.
So yeah, I'm excited about that, but now it's an honorable mention instead of my number 5 because of Conjuring 3, which I forgot
what
about.
am I on number 9?
We're on number
that right?
9? 9, yes.
Coming to America. Number 2, America. Clever wordplay.
Don't hate me too much. I don't think I saw the first one.
You know what? I don't really care.
I don't think I did.
It doesn't matter. And it's fine. It's an okay movie. It's okay. It's funny. It's Eddie Murphy. It's a good time. It's not my favorite in the world.
I may have seen it, but I just don't remember it.
It's fine.
Okay.
The point is that he's doing it.
Okay, yeah. Well, no.
It's been this long, and I think no one really saw it coming. And,
that's true.
And I may have you may have just found out about it this very moment, actually.
Hey? No, I knew about it. I just didn't care.
Yeah. So, but again, same thing as with the Nick Cage movie. I will go see it in the middle of summer because I'm like, let's go do this. This is great. I didn't get to go to the movies for most of 2020. I wanted, really kind of make up some lost time here.
Now, I'm kind of curious because we only have 8 more. I hope I'm right about this because you need to guess. You've only gotten my honorable mention. No. Well, you did tell. I came up with Conjuring 3. Never mind.
You're right.
I've added that one. So you've crossed over one.
But
Never
a good
mind.
chunk of my list, like I was looking through the releases for 2020. I'll go see that. I'll go see that.
I'm just pleased to see that you probably have these ranked a little bit higher like I do.
Okay. I hope so. Let's hope so.
Number 7.
This one is definitely not on your list. I hope.
Okay.
Is Tomb Raider Part 2. And I
didn't
even see
didn't know.
I didn't even see the latest Tomb Raider, but I wanted to, and I still want to, and I got reminded that I hadn't seen it yet because Alicia Vikander's in it, and one of my all-time favorite movies, like in my top 20 of all time, is she's the robot in, and I'm blanking. Oh my God, on this movie that I just listed in my top 20, and I can't think of the name of it. It's got the AI where she's the robot, and
are they in a cabin in the woods?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the guy from the new Star Wars in it, and oh my God, how am I blanking on this?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
But Alicia Vikander is the AI that gets out at the end of that movie.
No, I remember
and
that.
it's absolutely marvelous.
That's a fun movie.
I can't believe that I just blanked on the name of this movie that I have seen 100 times.
We'll remember it afterwards.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Was that 8, 7, 8? That was 8.
I don't know.
7.
Here's a great one that's not on your list as well.
Okay.
And this one has a good story behind it, though. It's Fast and the Furious Part 9. Is it Part 9?
No, I'll
Part 9.
I'll watch it.
And I have in parentheses on here, ridiculous, because here's the story. It was the middle of summer, or we had nothing to do, or it was my mom's birthday or something, and my mom is 75, 76 years old, and I took her to the movies. She said, I want to go to the movies, and she said, what do you want to go see, Mom? And there was this play and this play, like a horror movie, and something else that was like sex-related movie, and then I said, I don't know, I want to go watch this car racing movie, and it was just preposterous. It was an absolute,
over the top. Yeah.
We went in there fully expecting crap. We had an enjoyable time, and that was, what's his pretty boy's last movie before he died? You know who I'm talking about. The blonde heartthrob kid that everybody fawned over.
Yes,
he died. Paul Walker, right?
Yeah.
And Mom just was like, oh, he's so beautiful. Why'd he have to die? And it was fantastic. And so I promised her that I would take her to see the next one because I said, I promise you they're going to make 10 more of these. You want to go see them all? And she said, yeah, why not? So we had a fantastic mommy-son date when we did that. It was really great.
Awesome story.
And we got, nachos probably and ate them all. But
I remember... I think the third one had come out by this time,
and that was, by the way, the only movie of them I've seen. I saw the very first one and the 8th one.
Well, someone had told me. Someone told me, "Hey, have you ever seen this?" No. I said, I know the third one had just came out. He went, yeah, I got them all. Let's watch them. I was like, So we watched the first one, fun. Second one, fun. Third one, actually didn't have the stars in it, fun. I was like, okay, because they're popcorn. That's the definition of a popcorn movie, which we described, in the last episode. So, I've watched them all. I watched them all and the spinoff, which was horrible. But I've watched them all when they come out on video because they're fun. Yeah. They're just fun. Popcorn, unhook your brain.
They're absurd.
I mean, I can't remember if it was the last one, but it was cars driving out of a airplane with parachutes. That's just great, man. I mean, you get, and they perfectly land on the road and keep running.
My God, yeah.
It's like
no damage whatsoever. No.
They think of the craziest things in the world, death-defying,
it must
over
be
the top
fun to be a
action.
scriptwriter for those movies,
and that's all it is.
Yeah.
And I have fun each time, so I will watch it, but it's not. It will never be on any time.
No, of course not. How about Last Night in Soho?
No, this is number 6.
Did you watch Queen's Gambit on Netflix yet?
Yes, I did.
You did watch Queen's Gambit.
I did.
What did you think of the lead actress?
She was great
at the end of the movie, at the end of the series, the older version of her.
She's great. Yeah,
she's fantastic. That's her next big movie.
Okay.
And I don't know anything else really about this movie except for the fact that she's the lead, and I'm like, I'm in.
She was great
because she's completely believable.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many actors I've seen lately that I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't care anything about this, and I've been watching your storyline for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the case of Netflix, like 10 hours, and I get to the end, and I'm like, what do I care about you? Nothing. And it's not necessarily the writing. Like, the writing could be fine. Because I've analyzed that before.
Exactly.
I'm like, why do I hate this character? It's because it's not the writing. It's because I don't care. I don't believe anything they're saying to me. That's what my problem is with Sam and Cobra Kai, season 3 especially. Because I don't believe a word she says that comes out of her mouth. That's why.
I agree with that. There's different ways, and it's to the actress. That's the actress's fault too. By the way, Sam's fault.
But that one is straight up. She's on the movie poster, so I'll totally go see.
That's
it.
fair. Good for her. Good. Glad she's getting her own movie.
Yeah, I'm happy for her for sure.
Okay, so number 5.
Number 5 is, these are the ones that I think.
Well, 3 of these have to match mine.
Really straight up. So this is
that's right.
The new Wes Anderson movie is The French Dispatch.
I don't even know about that movie.
How about that? That's all I needed to know with this movie too. I'm sold. New Wes Anderson movie, star-studded, his typical flair.
No, I understand him. I've watched
totally
his movies. I've enjoyed every single one of his movies, but for some reason, hate Rushmore.
Rushmore's not my favorite.
Can't stand it.
Well, I
even rewatched it later on because I was like, okay, I get his humor now. Maybe I need to go back and watch it. Still didn't like it. I love Bill Murray. Can't stand that. I can't stand that movie. Like the rest of his stuff. I
think I've only watched it the one time, so I probably agree with you.
But I went back and watched Rushmore and said maybe I just didn't understand the humor because that was one of his early films.
It's a quirky. He's a quirky director. I love movies Bill and everything Murray. Else. Right, of course.
The only funny scene is like the kids. He said, "You called me here? Yeah. You see that tree over there?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I sawed it just right to tip it to fall on you." And then Bill Murray looks at the tree and went, "What a hurt!" And I was like, "That's funny.
That's great."
There's nothing else good about this movie.
Okay. Well, that's my number 5. Do you want to hit yours?
No. Keep going. 3 out of your 4 now. This is getting close. We're getting down to the wire here.
Now I'm getting worried.
I'm getting worried too.
What the heck? I must have missed something then because I've got The Matrix Part 4 as number 4.
There you go.
Okay.
Good lad.
Okay, good.
Number 2.
Wait a minute. We don't want to talk about The Matrix Part 4?
No.
We all know
that's
why we're going to go see
on my list.
Oh, that's number 2.
That's number 2 on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan, even bigger because of John Wick. Matrix 3, not as good.
Not as good.
So 4 needs to be a better ending, and I'm for it.
Certainly does. And honestly, that was exactly why I was so excited because 3 ended on such a sour note for almost everybody I know.
Yep.
And 4 is their chance to really fix that. And if they don't, if it turns out to be a Keanu cash grab, then that's going to really suck.
I don't think it will.
Because that first movie is wonderful.
I think if they're going to come together, they're going to make something good. I think they know that they strayed a little bit in 3.
Really?
I think so. Because you hear fans talk about how 3 is the
weakest. Well, tell me more about your number 2 then. Like, what's your idea?
I remember watching The Matrix in theaters. Absolutely think it was amazing.
Well, the first one was
and then watching the second one, and it's pretty good except for the rave on the planet. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then the third one was just it had some great scenes, but it's a mess.
It's got great moments, but it is a total mind mess. It tries to be something brilliant and eloquent, but it just ends up sloppy.
It can't. But so 4 needs to be a better ending for it. I'm totally for 4.
All right.
Okay, so I'm getting worried now. Now I do have an honorable mention here that you haven't mentioned.
Okay, well hit me with it.
But no.
Oh,
if you mention, you've got 3 more left.
Oh, you're right, I do.
So here's the risk.
I'm almost
if
certain
you
that one of them
mention
is
my
not-
honorable mention, then you have not hit my top 5.
I don't think I will because I'm looking at my number 3 and I don't.
Okay, hold on. So 1, 2, 3. Never mind. You can hit you if all 3 of these are it. You got it.
That's not going to happen then.
Go for it. What's number 3?
West Side Story.
Okay, we're still good because one of those is my honorable mention. That West Side Story. No, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested in that.
West Side Story gets rebooted and it's being directed by Spielberg. You know this?
No, I did hear about this.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I did hear about this. I'm still not interested.
I saw the Spielberg thing, and normally that wouldn't be enough.
He wanted to do this,
but that interested me, and then
Yeah.
I like watched a teaser or something that it was for it. And I'm like, this looks like it could be good because I didn't really necessarily like the
Spielberg.
first. I didn't like the first West Side Story or the original story and everything
Right.
else. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But this one actually has me interested, and so I'm intrigued by West Side Story, and that's my number 3. I'm very excited to see that.
So here's the problem now we have.
Also, I love the Romeo and Juliet, the 2 dueling houses, sort of like allegory that they've got going on. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
story. But
Okay.
anyway,
All right.
go ahead.
You have 2 left,
I have 2 left.
and I have 2 of my. I told you one you're not going to name because it's unfair.
Right.
The other 2 you got to get right. But one of these
I'm
you could
positive.
name is my honorable mention.
I'm positive I'm going to get 2 of these.
So I'm worried.
I'm going for
'cause-
2 out of 2 on these last 2. I mean, I know.
Number
this has
2,
been a
what is it?
I've had a pretty terrible list.
Number 2, what is it?
Number 2 is Top Gun Maverick.
That's my number 4. Good job.
Okay.
Well done. That's 1. Good. Getting worried there because
No. Top Gun Maverick, I think, is brilliant because they're doing Top Gun. It's been too long since Top Gun Part 1, so they can't call it Top Gun 2. They got to call it Top Gun Maverick
I'm
as
fine
if
with
it's a
that.
new movie. Totally fine. And, but they're playing on it. Tom Cruise is back, and it's been fun to be invited back. Oh, they're
Yeah.
called Orders Maverick, And
Yeah,
it's
no.
great, fine, whatever. Don't care. Looks like it's a very predictable plot. Probably going to be trash. It's got the Goose's son. It's going to be, he's going to die or somebody's going to die or he's going to come to grips with it. And like, who cares? It doesn't matter.
It's number 4.
Gonna be brilliant.
It's number 4 for 2 reasons.
Tell me.
A, Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise.
and B, Top Gun. Okay, it's number 4
Okay.
because, in my opinion, right now at this moment, Top Gun doesn't need a sequel.
No.
It doesn't need a sequel.
Really doesn't.
It just sings on its own. But it is number 4 because of Tom Cruise and Top Gun.
Top Gun.
And I'm like you. I don't know if any of this will be necessary. I'm hoping if Tom Cruise is very careful about what he picks and how the stories go.
Is he?
Yes, he is. So I'm hoping that this is going to be solid, but I don't see why it's like when they came up with Mary Poppins 2. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Because
Even
I
the
don't-
Wizard of Oz Part 2.
But
Like,
anyway,
what?
yeah, I know. But anyway, I will watch it.
Yeah,
I will watch it. But
Here's
that's
the
why
reason.
it's number 4.
Here
It's
was the
number
reason
4.
it jumped up to my number 2 was, have you seen the preview for it yet? Have you watched it yet? And see, I saw the preview for Top Gun 2 before.
Yes, I did.
Before I knew the movie was coming out.
Yes, I did.
Because they play the same music, the dun 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 dun, like the amp building up music at the very beginning in the teaser. And I knew within 2 seconds, I was like, "Oh my God, did they make another Top Gun movie already? And is it going to happen?" And then it kept going, and it was confirmed within like the next 5 seconds for me as a super fan of the movie. And yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they played the classic, the ditty, but.
Yeah, it was
the
a
reason
total
I got
surprise.
excited because I was in a movie theater that had a really good sound system in it, and the preview is mastered in like the Dolby Atmos surround sound system, and it was just epic. To the way they did, they're really gonna do a great job already because the trailer is mastered sound wise.
Good. I'm interested.
Wonderful. Like
I said, it's on my top 4.
But imagine watching
4.
Top Gun with remastered sound effects like that with an
I agree.
F-14
I
afterburner
agree.
kicking in and breaking the sound barrier and
I
everything
agree.
else. It's amazing.
I agree. Tom
So
Cruise.
just if you get to see the preview in a movie theater, you'll maybe get more excited for it.
I'm really
But
worried.
I mean, it doesn't matter. So it's already.
Because I
on
got
here.
2 that you could pick. And I'm not really sure which way you're going to go. Okay, what is your number 1?
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Wow, my honorable mention.
It has
Cannot
to be.
believe you got it.
It has to be up
Okay,
there.
so it's my honorable mention.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Is because the last one put such a bad taste in your mouth.
I never saw it.
You never did see the reboot?
Never saw the reboot. Okay. No, I don't pay attention to garbage unless it's called Next Karate Kid. Okay, so I never watched it. I'm glad they're doing this because it's like, hey, Ghostbuster fans, it's basically saying we're sorry.
You hope so.
Well, I think so. It's too bad that they waited this late. Now that's Bill Murray. That's Bill Murray's decision.
Yes.
It's too bad we only see 3 of them. But I'm interested to see what they will do. I'm not married to the Ghostbusters series. I love the first movie. Second movie, not as bad. Not so bad.
Right.
Not as good as the first one, but decent. I'm happy to see them.
It's worthwhile.
I'm happy to see those characters back. I will watch them back. I'm not like this guy. I got to go put on my ghost pack and go watch the movie.
No, of course not.
But I would definitely watch this movie, which is why it's my honorable mention.
Okay. So what? I missed your number 1 and your number 3.
No. You're 3 and 1.
3 and 1 are missing from the list.
Remember, I told you
honestly,
1 was unfair. One was unfair.
True, but I made this list very quickly, and so I may I'm
Here's-
reserving the right to say, "Oh my God, are you kidding?" Yes. Okay.
Mission Impossible 7's coming out, right?
I saw that,
Okay.
and that one. Even though I just admitted to how much I love popcorn summer movies,
Yeah,
I still don't know if I can get excited for it.
that's fine.
Okay.
Because I am a huge Mission Impossible fan. That is
Clearly a Tom Cruise fan, too.
probably some of my favorite Tom Cruise movies ever.
Really?
I love the Mission Impossible. I've seen every one in theaters.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Remember exactly where I was, what I was doing, and now for the past 3 films, I think it's become a tradition that my brother and I go watch it. It's one of the few films we watch in theaters together now. I remember watching the first 3 with friends and everything, and I think 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 I saw with my brother because he wanted to see it, but his wife didn't want to see it. I want to see it. My wife's so on it. She'll go to the movie theaters. But we could just love it. Now, in my opinion, 4 is the best one ever. And my brother's opinion, 5 is the best one ever. And we both enjoyed, because in my opinion, it goes, 1 is great, then 2, then 3, then 4. And 5 I thought was great, just not as good as 4. My brother thought was better.
Really?
It's still one of his favorite ones.
So 5. This is a family tradition. Almost.
With my brother, yes.
Yeah.
And then 6 was one, my brother liked it more than me, but I told him it's probably better than the first one, but not better than the second one, which he disagrees.
Okay.
He thought it was better than the first 3, but he agrees that didn't get better. Now, Mission Impossible 7, we're all gung-ho for. We're all gung-ho for this. I just love those movies.
But why? Because you're excited for another one, or is there a certain?
Yes, because I've always 6 I enjoyed.
Yeah,
I enjoyed. I'll enjoy any of these. So I'm always excited about
6
7.
I enjoyed, but I promptly forgot.
That's fair. It's 6 wasn't as good. 6 wasn't as good. My brother liked it more than I did. I thought it was good, but not as great as anything that's come before it. Just about.
So do those compare at all to the James Bond movies? Like the 007
I've
movies?
never seen the James Bond movie.
So I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I've never seen a James Bond movie.
Never seen a single James Bond movie ever?
No.
Of all the hundreds?
Nope. Wow. It's one of the big movies I've never seen.
That's really interesting.
Not James Bond.
Because big action, just
never got into
all
it.
about.
Never got into the super spy, which is kind of weird because it's a team of super spies, and basically now Tom Cruise is the single super spy.
Kind of what it is, yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand.
So
I understand.
It's the same genre there.
You know what? Make Tom Cruise.
You got cars
007,
jumping
I'll go
out
see it.
with parachutes on them and everything, and like
just
except
not me.
that the car turns into a bullet
not
as
me.
it flies down or something. I don't know what the heck.
Just not me.
Okay.
Now I will tell you what my number 1 was because this is the unfair one. This is
Oh,
the unfair one.
number 1 was the unfair.
Number 1 is
Dang.
the unfair one. Number 1 is the unfair.
Okay.
Because and here's the deal.
Why is it unfair?
It's a cheat.
How? What do you mean a cheat? Did the cheat, Strong Bad and the cheat came out with
cheat,
his own movie?
Because when I thought about it, exactly. The thing that I am excited about the most is comeback classics from Cinemark.
I love comeback classics.
That's a cheat because we don't know what's going to come, but you and I
adore
saw movies that we have never seen in theaters for a long time or never seen in theaters at all. I never saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
I've never seen that in the theater before.
Wonderful.
That was great. And what was the other movie we saw?
It was fairly recent
theaters. Did we see The Shining together?
No,
we saw
Die Hard.
Yeah,
Die Hard. Yeah,
which I never
Christmas
saw in
movie.
theaters.
No, I had never seen it in the movie theater either.
So the thing is, I really love that. Now, right now, as of this video podcast, Alien is playing.
Oh my gosh!
I'm a little
like
slightly,
the 1979.
Yes,
Alien.
Yes. So, but they don't.
So if they do that, then Aliens has got to be on the docket somewhere.
I'd love to see that.
I want to see Aliens.
The thing is, though, I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see what else is coming out this year. Because they're still going to be doing it at least till the summer.
Of course.
And to be honest, I think they should make this a full-time thing.
I 100% am in agreement.
Because
with that.
I am loving the comeback classics. I'm loving it.
I don't know if I told you this or not, but I subscribe to the Cinemark app, the local movie theater, and I pay for the subscription, right? And if there's anyone they're going to pay attention to, it's to the people who are paying for it during a pandemic, But honestly, like, I've been on a plane during a pandemic, and I've been in a movie theater during a pandemic, and I've been into a theme park during a pandemic. Yeah. Now I was properly safely guidanced and distanced and everything else, and I've actually had COVID, and I recovered from it because I didn't have any symptoms, but I got tested anyway just because my family was coming over for Thanksgiving, and I was okay, and it was good. No one else caught it, so everybody's safe. However, movie theaters are like not even close to the most dangerous place. Like they sanitize. The only time that bathroom has been clean in this theater is now during this pandemic.
It's true. It's
that
the
bathroom
cleanest it's
is
ever been.
super clean now.
Cleanest it's ever been.
The cleanest it has ever been since it opened.
I live my life like Bruce Willis. If Bruce Willis ain't going to wear a mask in Rite Aid, I ain't going to wear a mask anywhere. Okay, so there you go.
I mean, what was I going with that?
I don't know, but you're not afraid to know ghost, is what you're saying. And so
very nice.
So here we go. Comeback Classics. We are so excited about.
That's what it was.
I am so excited about going to the theater.
And so I emailed them, and because as a member, like they actually wrote me back, and they said we don't have XYZ blah 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 whatever I specifically asked about, but we are planning on having this be a more frequent occurrence. Like they're seriously like looking at it.
They should because
as a recurring thing.
Yes, because even when movies do come back, they should always reserve one theater for a comeback classic.
I agree.
And to be honest, I'd watch those over anything else.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, even if this was a regular movie year.
Like with all these 15 movies I just listed.
Number one would be the comeback classics. That's the number one thing I'm interested in.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, I mean, obviously, some of them I wouldn't care about seeing, but most of them I probably would like to see.
You wouldn't go watch David Bowie in Labyrinth or something over a brand new movie.
Let me think. Hold on. Let me think.
Because I saw David Bowie do Labyrinth.
Mission Impossible 7. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see that. But the thing is, though, for most of the films. Anything that didn't make my top 5, let's say, anything outside honorable mentions, I would rather see a comeback classic.
Regardless of what it is. And Megan and I actually got to see Halloween Part 7, 9?
No. You also got to see the remake. The remake.
The new remake of Part 2.
Not part of anything.
We watched the remake of Part 2 that you don't like because it's a remake of Part 2.
It's the third remake is what you saw. There's the Rob Zombie remake.
The third remake. We didn't watch those, but we watched it was the newest remake of Part 2, right, which is non-canon originally or non-original canon, so Matt's not into it, but it's a great movie, and we had a blast watching it.
So the thing is, though, comeback classics is where it's at.
Yeah, and I'm excited for more. That's my point. We had a blast watching it.
And guess what came out in other Cinemarks, but not ours?
What?
Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch. It did not show here, but I found it was one of the Christmas. We got every holiday classic, but The Grinch.
The movie that we've watched every year for the past 10 years.
And the other one that Megan and I just couldn't get away because the holidays were crazy. But Muppet Christmas Carol is playing in theaters too.
Really?
I would have died to go see that movie.
Those are 2 top Christmas movies.
I begged my sister to come watch it with me, and she did not want to. I was off. I was like, doggone it. So, but Muppet Christmas Carol, I would have loved to have seen in theaters. And then The Grinch. If that was I was going to call you up immediately and we were going to go watch it.
Oh my gosh, yes, I've been there.
And hopefully they bring that back.
Absolutely, I'll email
There's a lot of comeback classics I'd like to see. Ooh. Top 5 comeback classics.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll do that.
That would be
there you go. So we got to do our top 5 Nicolas Cage and top 5 comeback classics.
My honorable mention goes to Taylor Yakowenko for reminding me about a movie called In the Heights, which is the new Lin-Manuel Miranda movie, which was the one who did Hamilton.
Right.
And then he was the crazy patient in the last seasons of House.
Right.
Which is why I know him, and he will always
He's in Mary Poppins too.
And he's in Mary Poppins, exactly. So that one I will go see. I'm not overly thrilled about it, but I want to support musical theater.
Yeah, of course.
If I can't see it live, I would like to go see it in a movie theater.
There you go.
That's my honorable mention.
There you go.
So, not along with the other 12 honorable mentions that I had.
So, folks, was there anything that we missed?
Ooh, I don't think so.
I'm just asking.
I'm sure that's a very comprehensive list.
If there is something we missed,
anything at all, there's no chance. No chance.
So let us know in the comments what we did miss,
or what would be your top 5.
What's your let us know your top 5
comeback classics.
No, don't say the comeback classics.
We're going to save that for next time. We're going to do that
next time.
Save that for next time
on another
Saturday
morning.
Samoflange.
Oh, I love how you say it so smooth.
Samoflange.
Oh, hello there.